Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing another Khans of Tarkir Swiss draft. Got a great rare, Butcher of the Horde. Really strong card, even though it kind of, is a three-color card on your first pick, which you typically don't want to do. Butcher of the Horde is a really strong, it's a really strong card. 4 mana, 5/4 flyer. You really can't ask for much better. It doesn't even have a downside. They sort of started straying away from, it seems like, the demons with downsides, because even Desecration Demon is a 4 mana 6/6 flyer with the downside your opponent sacks a creature and it still gets bigger. So downsides are, I don't know, downsides on demons kind of falling by the wayside, I guess. But Heir of the Wilds, Mardu Warshrieker, a couple other notable cards in here. Nothing else actually. It's pretty light in picks other than that. All right, let's take the Butcher. Okay. I'm a big Horde Chief fan. That seems like a very good follow-up, especially considering we have the Butcher. I like War Name Aspirant too. And Mardu Warshrieker, of course. And Throttle. Good picks in here all around. But yeah, I'm going to go Horde Chief. This card's just great. Very, very rapidly became one of my favorite commons in the set. Ooh, Chief of the Edge. I think Chief's a little bit better than the Ponyback, especially following up a Mardu Horde Chief pick. Yeah, let's just take the Chief here. Seems appropriate. And it looks like the good picks keep coming. I'm going to take the Injury over the Throttle and the Warshrieker. And the Windscarred Crag, I guess, for that matter. But yeah, Injury's a great card. Keeps us going down a route that, as you all know, I'm most comfortable with. But it is tough to deny how good the picks have been so far. Okay, so now we actually have a choice. We can take a second Injury, or we can take this Merak Nightblade. Nightblade is not a warrior, but, it's a solid creature. I got to admit, I'm still pretty tempted to take the Injury over it. But, it's only because 4-drops... Here's kind of the thing. 4-drops are typically very easy to find. I can't recall a time I ever was short on 4-drops. But, to be fair, Merak Nightblade is probably one of the most premium ones you can get. That being said, I still think I'm going to take the Injury. When I'm playing something aggressive like this, it's tough to deny the value of a 2-drop kill your morph. Alright, there is a Lurkers, but I think we're going to take Throttle here. Continue with the solid, well-priced removal. Alright, there's a Shambling Attendance. There's also a Rite of the Serpent. Attendance isn't bad. I usually don't like it too much in my Mardu, my aggressive Mardu decks, but Rite of the Serpent might not need that either. I guess if I pick up Rite of the Serpent, maybe I don't need to focus on removal anymore. I think I'll actually take the Attendance. They're probably, I don't know, they're pretty close in terms of which one I like more or less. And I feel like I could probably resolve a Shambling Attendance without too much difficulty. Alright, we can take a Rakshas's Secret. We can also take a Tormenting Voice. I think Tormenting Voice is probably better for the Attendance and us. Since when you play 18 lands, being able to discard a flooded land or, put a couple cards in your graveyard, net a card or two, I think is actually more valuable than Rakshas's Secret. Even though it's technically on the splash. I'm still going to take the Tormenting Voice, I think. Alright. Well, Valley Dasher is a card. I don't really like it in this deck because it's not a warrior, and if we're lightest in red, then I probably don't want to play it. I think I'll just take the Snake Skin, although it's not that interesting of a pick. None of these cards really matter. I think I'm just going to take the erase. It's nice to have that out of the sideboard for opposing ascendancies. All right. Happily take a Barrage of Boulders once again for sideboard. I'll take it over the Secret and the Dutiful Return. But Barrage of Boulders is a nice sideboard card to have. All right, Table to Windscarred Crag. That's pretty beneficial for us. All right, Shatter, I guess. I don't think I've ever sideboarded into Shatter, but getting plenty of good sideboard picks there. All right, excellent pack one. Got premium removal, some really nice creatures, synergistically speaking, at least in terms of Chief of the Edge and Mardu Horde Chief. End Hostilities, geez, it's a pretty strong effect. Even when you are, you know, this kind of deck, I think I'm still okay with End Hostilities. Otherwise, it's Abzan Falconer, probably. I guess there's also a Scavenger in here, which is pretty good, since it's a warrior. But I think we got to go End Hostilities. It gets awkward because we're kind of a creature, you know, we're a creature-heavy deck, or not yet, but that's what you usually want to be in these colors. So End Hostilities can get awkward, but I mean, if you're ever behind on the board, it's just a straight up, you know, board flipper. It's so much, it does so much. It's tough to deny the value of that. All right, there is a Nomad Outpost, which I like, but I think I just got to take Horde Chief number 2 here. A little bit too premium to pass up, in my opinion. Jeez, Icy Blast, huh? Not too much I care about here. Sage-Eye Harrier is a warrior, which technically works with the Chief of the Edge. And would be nice, I guess, if I pick up a Raider Spoils or a Rush of Battle, but it's just not that good of a card. Jeskai Student, not that great in this deck, but we have a couple injuries. Could get some more removal. Maybe we play the Molting Snakeskin. I admit, it's not really a student deck, but I don't feel like hate picking right now. Although Icy Blast would be a pretty good one. It's going to be tough for me to get the Ferocious just based on what I've got. So I guess I'll take the Student. There's a chance that we don't need it. Decent one. All right, well, Windscarred Crag tabled last time. I think I've just got my eye on the Kieran. It's a pretty solid card all around. Nice flyer. Good with Molting Snakeskin. Hopefully table to Windscarred Crag. We'll see if that happens. Jeez. Armament Core. Not really passing much of anything in here, so I think it's pretty easy Scoured Barrens just to help the mana base a little bit. I mean, the Armament Core is huge, but I'm not going to hate pick it since we're still trying to create our deck here. Guess we could take the War Behemoth. I mean, I don't like passing some of these cards, but may have no choice. Yeah, I think we're just taking War Behemoth. Well, this pack dried up a little bit. Dragon Throne. Can I play it yet? I mean, I wish I had a few. I mean, it's actually good with Horde Chiefs. I do like this card more than the average Soul. I don't really, I mean, Salt Road Patrol's playable. It doesn't seem like it's what I want to do with this deck. But Lurkers seems awkward in here. Doesn't seem all that good. I like Dragon Throne more than most people. I think I'm going to take it here. May not end up playing it, but you never know. Swift Spear, a little bit awkward once again on the splash. Could take the Trumpet Blast in case I don't get a Rush of Battle. Swift Spear just seems kind of, I mean, it's good. It's just, I don't like it on my splash at all. I don't really like Trumpet Blast on the splash either, but there's just nothing really going on in that pack otherwise. All right. Take a second War Behemoth. They're at least pretty playable. All right, we'll take the Rite of the Serpent now. Get another removal. I don't really care about all these. I guess I could take a Rotting Mastodon. Might end up playing more of a control-ish Mardu, I guess. It is possible. We have a lot of high toughness guys, and then maybe we win with Dragon Throne into hostilities for card advantage. But I'd prefer to not play Rotting Mastodon. In fact, I'm going to move it to side for now. Guess I'd prefer to not play Trumpet Blast either currently, but we'll see if I have to. None of these cards matter. So pack 3 is going to need some work. We're just needing some more creatures, it seems like. We've got our spells pretty well covered. Double injury, throttle, right, into hostilities, a lot of removal, a lot of good removal. So yeah, just need some creatures. And this deck will be set. We need quite a few creatures out of this last pack, but maybe we are going the more control route. To make that work, we're going to need some, probably need a Bitter Revelation or two. Or at least one, I guess. Here's another Chief of the Edge. There's also Feat of Resistance and another Injury. There's a lot of good cards in this pack. A lot of good cards. It's tough to deny the Lord, especially going into pack 3 where we could get another Horde Chief or two. And 2-drop 3/2 alongside a couple injuries is tough to deny. I mean, there's no chance the injury tables, and there is actual chance the Chief of the Edge tables, but it's not a high enough chance where I feel comfortable doing it. I think I just get the second Lord here. Admittedly, I don't have that many warriors, though. I only have the double Horde Chief. So it's not like the end-all be-all, but I'm short creatures and I'm good on removal. I mean, you could always have, you could probably run infinite injuries, I guess, but... And I want the Feat of Resistance, too, but it's tough. I need creatures, so I'm just going to take a premium one. Another Dragon Throne. Everyone hates that card. I think it's pretty easy Krumar here, since it's a warrior. Alright, Bondkin is also a warrior. And I feel comfortable taking it here. Could also take the second Throttle, but I'd like to get a decent creature count going. And Bondkin's actually better than you might think. Let's get out of this Trumpet Blast for now. Alright, here's a Scavenger. I think that's a pretty easy pickup, actually. There's nothing else in here we really care about. And Scavenger is definitely a warrior, so alright. I wonder if we're going to end up actually playing this Dragon Throne. We may. We very well may. This deck only needs one more card to become a 18 lander. We only have a couple spells that require red, oddly enough. So we're borderline black-white. All right, here's a dead drop. I think I'm more tempted to take the Swarm because it flies, kind of has weirdly good synergy with Butcher of the Horde and the Horde Chief because you get multiple tokens. Otherwise, I take a dead drop, but I don't like the idea of running dead drop, Scavenger, and Attendance. It's a lot of delve. I do have Tormenting Voice to help feed it, but I'm just going to take Swarm here. Alright, I guess I can take Kill Shot. Nothing else really stands out to me as being all that good. And then maybe we cut the Snake Skin. Interesting deck. Certainly not what I expected it to be, since I don't think we're very aggro, but we have high value spells, which is fine. That means that we just have to pick and choose and not lose to card advantage spells, like Treasure Cruise, like this card right here. We could take the Sage Eye Harrier, but it's even though it's a warrior, I don't think it's better than any of the cards I've got. So I guess I'll just hate a Treasure Cruise. Bloodfire Expert, not worth it on the splash. I think we'll just hate an Abzan Guide, which is just a good card. I don't need a Sidisi's Pet either. Like I said, we have a deck, so at this point we're just sort of upgrading. Smite, potentially better than something. May not need the Student, although Double Injury, Tormenting Void. It's not good with Killshot, but whatever. Maybe I don't play Dragon Throne, but I like the idea of Dragon Throne. It is so clunky. I mean, it's certainly... Well, actually, I guess we take the Heart Piercer, don't we? Because it's the 2-for-1 value. Yeah, it's probably worth it. And then what do we hate? Or get rid of, rather. Maybe we don't need... I mean, we already kind of knew I didn't want to play the Student, and Student's just really not that good in this deck. I don't need it. It is a 2-drop, but like I said, we look a little bit control-ish. A little bit. Not extremely, but I don't think I need an Act of Treason. I don't really need a Lurkers either. Guess I don't need any of these cards. Oh, I guess the Act, yeah, with the Butcher. That kind of makes sense. All right. I still don't think I'm playing it. Main deck at least, but yeah. Steal their guy, sack it, does seem pretty good. Horde Ambusher versus second Act of Treason. Well, I'm probably not main decking the first one, so. Unfortunately, Ambusher would be a terrible pick too, I guess. Maybe we do take a second Act of Treason. I mean, I just don't have enough red cards to ever get value out of the morph. Let's take the Act of Treason. Number 2 then, I guess. Tracker that we're not playing. Dutiful Return, number 2. Archive, okay. Alright, so we're playing like a interesting sort of Mardu deck. Like I said, like I think this actually can be a Dragon Throne deck, oddly enough, because we have a fair amount of high power guys. Like if they're gonna 3 bonus, that's good enough for me. I'm a little bit creature light, but I'm not sure I want to main deck anything necessarily over the Dragon Throne. I think I'm okay with playing it, to be honest. I still kind of want the Tormenting Voice too. Is that wrong? I mean, it's not good on the splash, admittedly, but it's certainly good enough to help us if we get flooded. All right. So let's sort by color, actually, and let me group again. Oh, no. Combine. Here we go. Okay, so only have a grand total of 3 cards in the deck that require red. I have 1 red fixer already, so maybe 3 more mountains, and I should be good on red spells, probably. So if I play Crag and Baron plus 3 mountains. Oh, they say only 2. This would be 4 sources of red, 8 sources of white, and 8 sources of black. That's pretty good, actually. It's probably better than... It's actually better than I thought it was going to turn out. But, yeah, 4 sources red, 8 sources black, 8 sources white. Yeah. Seems fine. I mean, we need both for our Chiefs on turn 2, so 8 and 8 seems okay to me. Overall, this deck's all right. It's not as aggressive as I would have liked. We are playing Dragon Throne, which is kind of rare. for me even these days, but I'd say I play it more than anybody else. It's a nice card on a stalled board state situation. I don't know how often we're going to have stalled board states, but we have some high toughness guys. And like I said, Dragon Throne can do a lot of work. It can. I know it's clunky, but it can do work. All right, running it like this. We'll see you guys round 1.